And now let's introduce my dearest friend, Dr. Wai-Ching Lee. We're going to be talking about ancient wisdom and sacred science. Reverend Dr. Wai-Ching Lee is a medical intuitive healer from a traditional lineage. She is also a U.S. qualified holistic health counselor and holistic bodywork therapist. As the principal of Earth Heart Holistic Consultancy, she has been collaborating with medical doctors in the field of integrative medicine since 1992. Wai-Ching Lee has synthesized several cutting-edge evolutionary modalities in the field of energy or vibrational medicine. She has developed InfinityQuantumQi Qigong. It's an incredible teaching. It has helped me so much. Not only the Qigong, but she's an extraordinary healer. So it's an accelerated restorative treatment and multidimensional healing. And she, of course, is the associate producer of Quantum Qi with myself from Sacred Mysteries Productions. Global namaste to you, Wai-Ching.
A global namaste from Cuenca, Ecuador.
Yes.
Where I'm channeling the energies into the landmass here and weaving the matrix, the ley lines together. Part of Qigong, a lot of people don't know that, right, Sharon?
That's true. That's true. It's like the meridian, the ley lines are like the meridians of the earth.
Exactly that. And then when we are, that's why people talk about being in harmony with the earth without realizing that that is such a reality. That is actually the science of really harmonizing our meridians, our liquid light matrix with the earth energies at 7.83 hertz. So we thought we might start that way because, we are talking about ancient wisdom into sacred science. And there's so many studies now and scientific exploration that validates the ancient wisdom teachings of the indigenous peoples. That's all of us. We are all indigenous. We all belong to the earth. We are all shamans. We are all made up of life forces and the 5 elements. We are all that. Coming back to basics is that we are the earth. And we are the air, the sun, the moon, the stars, the planets, everything. And so, while we talk about integrative medicine, is that, it's time to really bring that into the medical, into the allopathic medicine path, is while we have truncated the body, the mind, the soul, from the times of Descartes and times of when we started actually dissecting the bodies, in the terms of Michelangelo. And that time, they had to separate spirit and from the body, because if you were cutting up the bodies in surgery and in research, it was actually sacrilege to do that in the Western world. So they had to truncate the body and the spirit. So there we began that dissection, that separation of body mind, which we are all bringing back together now in integrative.
That to me, that's one of the main focuses of healing our earth, and to bring all of this knowledge to the world, this integrative knowledge of healing at the deepest level and healing at the most expansive level.
Yes, it's extremely exciting to be on this forum and to be, part of the core team and bringing that in, because that has been my mission for the last 30 years, since 1992, and being in hospitals and clinics, and not just being a practitioner but also as a consultant, as a holistic consultant, doing feng shui and clearing of hospitals. It's really imbued. Hospitals and clinics are imbued with these energies that are not exactly uplifting, not higher frequencies of higher vibrations. So I've been a holistic consultant to uplift that through the music, through color, through the use of flowers, and of course the food. It still needs a lot of work. As you know, we're just in the beginning. We're just in the crest of this this opening. And I think it's also catalyzed by this lockdown, this cocooning, I call it the COVID cocooning, because people had to rely on themselves. They had to rely on their knowledge, their wisdom from their grandmothers back home. What do we take? What do we drink? The ginger, the turmeric, and how do we get back to the basics of good health? And so that's the positive aspects. And on the external is the force of movement by even medical doctors, allopathic doctors, who say, like, listen, we really care about our patients, and we really need to find simple solutions for them to learn to breathe, right? Once again, and to use steam inhalation, hot baths, and essential oils, and the right kind of foods that are non-inflammatory. It's equally important to learn what not to eat as to what to eat. Like eradicate the white flour, the wheat, the sugar, even the dairy, which is very phlegm-producing. So we had to learn all this and going back to the basics of herbology, herbalism, and plant medicine, and just simple stillness. To learn that stillness is where we find our healing, and where we can start the natural alchemy in the body, when we can learn how to still our minds and then release all the anxiety, and then just coming back to our bodies. And hence the body intelligence modalities that all the previous speakers have spoken about. I'm just so grateful that people like Robert Campbell and Russell Hogarth and Rajiv Gupta, all these and Keith Sharp, who are already in the flow of integrating all this into the different platforms of NHS and the medical systems, that they are already cutting through with all these beautiful ancient wisdom. So I'm so grateful for that. And of course, grateful to Neil Kumar and Healing Our Earth as another platform, besides all the other platforms that are really, I'm just observing from the various viewpoints, because I belong to so many groups, and the doctors groups as well, medical groups, that there is this surge. And I knew that we are weaving the new matrix of healthcare. So, and everything else as the other systems break down, right, Sharon?
Totally. It's interesting you brought up the quietude. Oh, look. This is the trailer for our first episode of
many healing arts.
All right.
Qi is foundation of many traditions in China. Life is from energy. Life is from Qi. And how about Qi? Where does the Qi come from? From love. From love of the universe.
What does Qi feel like? A buzz, tingling. You're so excited, full of energy, that you want to be playful all the time.
When the Qi flowing, you can feel like warm, expand, some tingling. Because Qi, when it moves, it also have a power to heal.
When you're doing Qigong, what you're doing is cultivating life force within your body. You become a conduit for information, for new information to come into the body. And you connect to the Qi of the earth and the sky. You're simply a conduit.
In Taoist practice, you're harnessing this light, this energy, this Qi. And so when we cultivate that energy from within, that compassion, that joy, that love, we can shift our state, shift that emotional state into something that's elevated and not constricted.
Learn to shift from externally focused, searching for happiness, searching for meaning of life. You go inwardly, recognizing you have more access to life inside of you.
It's a discipline, a healing art, a way of training the body and mind, a meditation in motion, a medication in motion, a way of conditioning the body for martial arts, for sports, improving strength, stamina, balance, and coordination.
Yoga practitioners and teachers love Qigong. The Qi focus turns their attention to a much more awakened, internal sensory awareness.
There's a sense of resting in a very natural, open, spacious, clear, luminous energy, which then carries you spontaneously and creatively through the movements and the flow.
Therein lies the ability of practicing Qigong to build up incredible force in the body for rejuvenation, longevity, self-healing, and healing others.
Qigong for everyone.
Qi is love.
Qi is light.
Qi is free.
Qi is energy.
Oh, it always makes me happy watching it. What we've done, what you've done, and it's like what we can do more to bring out to the schools as training instructional programs for so many people that they can do at home, right? And
Well,
then
it
we
was
just talked about
fascinating. We showed episode before COVID, we showed episode 1, the full thing, to many groups, and you were here visiting, and so we would show it, and then immediately people wanted to try it. And so it was so beautiful because you were there. And so after showing the film, they could get to really experience the depths of Infinity Quantum Healing Qigong.
Yes, it was very immediate, and it was also immediate that people had results straight away, and that's what's been
Yes.
so gratifying about this work for the last 30 years, is just seeing people heal and really make it tangible movements in their body. You know, we talked about elderly earlier, and people with knee problems just getting healed just within the hour. And, you know, the backs, pain gone, the neck pain's gone, migraines gone, and how quickly we can really align ourselves with Qi, spirit, Shen. So easy, isn't it, Sharon, that we want to share all these techniques with everybody out there.
Yes,
And
yes.
I'd be happy
Well,
to do a
that's,
quick meditation too, if you like, you know.
oh,
So
I'd love it. But
and
first
you
I
know
want to
that.
say, we're still working on the series.
Yes,
and
we are.
and the vision for the series was to bring out these incredible teachings of Qigong and some Tai Chi and traditional Chinese medicine as an introduction to the beauty and power of these teachings. And so we have exercises. You have a really beautiful one, and Dr. Kim, who's coming on soon, she's in the film as well. And to me, it was always a kind of almost an advertisement for the power and, you know, these ancient teachings of Qigong that came from China. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, we have to do that. And also, you know, while my topic here is really tapping into ancient wisdom, is also to look at how science has adapted the principles of energy, of course, you know, quantum science, into modern technologies that we can bring out to help alleviate and help accelerate the healing of people. And so, with your permission, I'm going to show a few things, the technology like this one, based on the Fibonacci spiral of Tesla, and we want to honor him, Nikola Tesla, and how this is explaining to some scientists how Qi works, how chakras work, right, and how they spin, and the spin is really relates to the toroidal spin of our bodies and our Qi body, and the prana around us, and the auric field, the organ field, and then the Fibonacci spiral based on the 369 golden mean calculations and how they spiral out. So this little device can actually help with all the devices. So many medical practitioners and chiropractors are starting to use this, whether to activate the third eye, or the throat chakra, and the heart, and also the lower dantian, and working with the rest of the body. Like I'm wearing this as well. This is the earthing card as well as the EMF shield, which actually protects us from radiation. Now this, as we know, we've talked about, and I want to highlight this, is that while we are practicing this body intelligence modalities, we are being, there's this onslaught of radiation. Like all of us here now, we are on the computer and we are on Zoom, is that we have to actually protect our bodies with Wai-Ching, right? Back to the ancient wisdom, Wai-Ching. But how many of us remember to actually do 20 minutes of Wai-Ching practice before we get on the computer? We just get on it. And so we need to create this buffer for those of us who understand, the energetic principles. We create this buffer. But now we have wonderful technologies. Doesn't matter what brand it is, just go find something. And this one is a 6 USA patents, very reliable, that we have to teach people. And then, in this integrative medicine, I'm not talking about just the romantic ideas of wellness and health. We have to get realistic, and especially during the lockdown, I got seriously realistic with a lot of my clients. And a client in London, for example, in a wheelchair, she was not able to go out to the sunshine to really absorb all this beautiful rays, and no caregiver could come to her. So she started using the products, and of course while practicing a Qigong. And it was amazing that she was able to maintain the Qi body and the strength and the stability of the cells. And so it's really to encourage that in this integrated ways, to really look at the bioresonance technologies that we have at hand. We have that, and also with regards to holistic nutrition, to really take the test, applied kinesiology, as well as the bioresonance technologies, to really test what foods suit us, that build up our matrix to the highest potential, and just eradicate all the foods that make us weak or contract or inflamed. So that's so important when we are having a viral infection. That's really, really important. And of course, there's not enough time to demonstrate everything. And of course, I want to actually encourage everybody to listen to solfeggio music or 432 hertz music that's available on social media. It's so easy and relaxing. That's very important at this time. And all these modalities, Sharon, that I'm right into the concepts of healing centers and hospitals, which is what I'm doing as a consultant. So speaking of sound, just wanted to ring the 432 in. And one of the latest clients on Zoom said that she wasn't ready to really reveal her emotions, but as soon as she heard that, everything was opened up in the floodgates. And that's another thing we have to do, is really bring in the emotional aspects of healing into integrative medicine, right? And we're supposed to be stoic and take whatever medication or MRIs or whatever, but we haven't really gone back to the part of being human with our patients, our clients, and nurses have been wonderful with that. And we need to really develop more of the human contact, like holding their hands or talking to them before they go have an MRI, because that's frightening for a lot of people. It's frightening going to a hospital. So we have to get back into that very personal feeling, quality of healing, which after all is healing. That's why the doctor's bedside manner is so important, and really connect with the people through the heart and through the third eye and on a soul level. this I find is the most important thing when we talk about integrative medicine, and also in the psychosomatic aspects of it, in the somatic education, which I believe it was Robert Campbell who spoke of it, that he found it incredulous that there should be a somatic yoga. It should be integrated, right? Because Tai Chi and yoga, they are all taught as forms, and where's the energetic, where's the human emotions of it? And this, and you know that I brought this back into Qigong in studying somatic education. So people standing up, doing the Wu Chi, standing, they're breaking out in tears and even having past life regression standing up. So, yeah, and that really cuts through everything to this wonderful miracle, milagro healings. They're very
Wow. You
satisfying.
have, we could be taught, we do, we talk for hours and hours. Our next guest is here, but I'm wondering if you're able to stay on and give us a meditation at the end of the show. Lead us in one.
Pleasure, as always.